Humans, tribal creatures. From the earliest times, man has sought the company of others as he explored and conquered this fierce planet. Through the force of his intellect, he has been able to expand his reach to every inhospitable corner of the globe. But this intellect convinced him somehow that he evolved from his tribal roots. Join me, Dr. John Williams, as we shed the brilliant light of truth upon humans in their native environments and strip away the modern veil of misleading terms such as games, traditions, or annual events. Follow me on this adventure to see humans still thriving as a tribal species, here on Living Anthropology. Right, so Bear Mountain, New York, Bear Mountain State Park, named for Colonel Archibald Bear, who here in the statue behind me, he was the first one to discover the Canadian goose here in Bear Mountain, New York, so it's named after him, you see. Fascinating. Right behind me, you can see Hessian Lake, a completely dead and fishless lake, which explains why all the residents of New York City come up here throughout the summer years, throughout the summer seasons rather, and try to fish. They can't figure out why they don't catch it.
One thing you always have to be careful of here, it's...
Headhunters. And so the expedition pushed forward, until I came across an amazing sight. It was the world's largest bathtub where once a year during the warm weather, all the inhabitants of New York City come to bathe in one large area. Again, we kept pushing forward till we finally found what we were looking for.
Keep running, little dog.
We had finally located the ancient ruins of the Revolutionary Era fort. So I unleashed my crew to start looking around and doing some archaeological findings of their own, climbing on these ruins and taking measurements.
Look at these little archaeologists here. Alright, say hi,
You
boys.
can see some of them preparing to light a fire.
Right.
Others were seeing what it was like from on top of the battlements there.
There she rests, ready for the next mountain to climb.
It's quite breathtaking being able to partake in part of the American culture and be able to see where the war was actually fought and to show this to the next generation there with us. It was just absolutely stunning. And then, of course, as expeditions go, then we started to see things start to unravel. So here at Fort Montgomery, they have recreationists that show us the ferocity of the battles as the American forces took on the world's greatest army, the British Empire, to carve out some history for ourselves. Now here you can see the recreationists riding around on a lawnmower.
That was one of the reasons why we won the war. Here we have one of our own recreationists getting ready to attack the lawnmower. Alright, American Patriots, say hi! Charge! Alright, it's that kind of daring do, which is why we won the war. Awesome. Just awesome. That was Mower Hill. Right now here you have two of the older ones playing officers. They just kind of hang back and let the younger, dumber ones rush into battle as they stay back here where it's relatively safe. Hello, Major. Hello, Captain. Right. Now from this perspective, the American forces could see the British lawnmowers on their way up the hill. From here, they used their muskets and were able to stop the dynamic march of the tractors, the lawnmowers, and the other lawn implements that were used against us during the war. Right? Often, there would be prostitutes and other ladies of the night that would be hunkered down in the rear section of the force. Here, we have some more reenactors. So the British, humiliated after their numerous defeats by the American superiority, didn't know what to do with themselves. So out of ammo and out of courage, they began to throw acorns at the Americans in the hopes that would drive them away. Didn't do much for them though, did it? Right, so after a huge hike through the woods, now the crew is starting to get angry. They're starting to point fingers at Dr. John William, all because in the name of science, we're here at Fort Montgomery, Bear Mountain, New York. Look at the crew, so rugged, so ready for the next adventure. Dr. John William, checking in. Right, so beleaguered, tired, frostbitten, eaten by mosquitoes, the troops are ready to quit. But with a fearless leader, he got them regathered and started on the march towards where their home was. Due to the male's superior sense of direction and hunter instinct, we're gonna go with what the captain of the expedition says, me. So, in an attempt to preserve the authenticity of the expedition, we've decided to take the original highway that the British troops took here at the Bear Mountain area. So, where the British troops took their Lamborghinis, their Porsches, and their Mack trucks during the Revolutionary War, we'll be walking on foot. Right, so now as we enter the bridge area where it's only about 2 feet wide and looks down upon the Hudson River, now Toddy starts to get really upset because she's afraid of heights. So this is going to be real interesting. What do you think, Elena? Zachy, you ready for this part?
Yeah.
All right, everyone, one hand on the railing now.
2 feet wide.
2 feet wide.
Yeah.
Luckily, we don't have to climb up that again, eh? Now, if you look down there, you see the bridge that we had to cross on the original path up. We ain't doing it this time. But look at the look on Toddy's face. Real happy with the choice I made here. Right, so I have a young adventurer with me here. So much like in that one scene from the Temple of Doom, we're standing here at the edge of a bridge, on the frightened, lost, humiliated, cut off from the rest of the expedition. And the children and Catherine had to decide to go back to where they started on the edge of the trail. Without any kind of knowledge of where they are or any sense of direction, they had to decide whether to eat their shoes or to travel on and try to find the rest of them. Well, we found them here with no shoes. Now the argument begins. How did you get lost? Why did you get lost? Where were you? Where was I? Where was the rest of the crew? No one wants to take fault. Yeah, some people were cut off from the rest, so someone was lost. Savages. Now comes the setup of the annual family picture. Now you'll notice that even though in the family picture they're looking happy and smiling, you'll hear behind the scenes that the mother is screaming at them saying, "You better smile and look happy." As you can see, the inherent violence involved when you're a scientist trying to record your expeditions in the wild.